Al sponges it out. Al is sponges. That's the gun. Al is now ramming. Alright folks, this is going to be loud. Fire! We're going to demonstrate cavalry weapons. Like I said earlier, during the Civil War you had three major branches of the Army. The artillery that fired the cannons, the infantry that marched on foot using the long barrel rifles and muskets. The third part of the Army was the cavalry, the soldiers who rode horses into battle. Fought on horseback, sometimes on foot. The advantages of this weapon, you could operate it quickly and efficiently on the back of a moving horse. On the ground, you could stand, load and fire. You could kneel, load and fire. You could even lay on your belly, load and fire. He's going to reach around inside his cartridge box and take out a piece of ammunition. Now, this is still what we call a paper cartridge, not a metallic cartridge. Rolled up paper tube with a gunpowder in one end and bullet in the other. He's going to slide it in through the back end of the gun. Then he's going to pull up the trigger guard, cutting off the back end of the cartridge. He's going to draw the hammer back to half cock. He's going to reach into a little pouch on his hip and take out a percussion cap. Cap's going to go on the back end of the gun, priming the weapon, and that completes the loading process. All right, now he's drawing the hammer back to full cock. If you have sensitive hearing, you might want to cover your ears. He's going to sight his target, aim, and fire. Like so. That's how one of these things works. Cavalrymen wanted to have a pistol. It was a good weapon for a cavalryman to have because it was a gun he could shoot with one hand, control his horse with the other. Also, it gave him 6 quick shots at relatively close range. Now we got a young lady demonstrating the weapon because, particularly in the South, almost every last young man was away at war. And the women folk were left at home to fend for themselves. Instead of being a single shot or maybe a double shot weapon, she's got a revolver. Now she's got 6 shots to ram the bullet into place. Once she loaded every chamber of the gun, then she would have to put a cap on the back of each chamber. A relatively time-consuming process to load one of these things, but once it was loaded, it gave her 6 shots. And she's going to demonstrate the weapon. If you got sensitive hearing, you might want to cover your ears. Notice she's drawing back the hammer to full cock, then squeezing the trigger. Gun jammed up.
Check out Port Hudson by calling 225-654-3775 or on Facebook at facebook.com/visitporthudson. Follow us on Twitter at #visitporthudson.